So if we choose our life, what about free will? Hey guys, John here, sitting out on the back deck on this lovely overcast day. There's almost no wind whatsoever, and it's probably in the mid-70s, and just a beautiful, beautiful time and good lighting out here on the back deck. And I just wanted to hop on and talk about this topic because I get this question very, very, very frequently about choosing their life or their life plan or their soul contracts or all these things. And people ask me what my views are, what my perspective is. And, you know, I believe in an eternal life. I believe that life is eternal. I don't believe in fate or destiny. I believe that we choose potential life paths. You know, for me personally, I believe the world is a place to experience. And we experience through our choices. We experience this through the things we believe. And I believe as we're coming down into the physical world, the first choice, the first thing to believe is I am trying that life path. I am trying that experience to see what I would do with that experience, to see what I would do in that situation, to live into that experience. The concept of free will is everywhere. When you look at all of the ancient traditions, it's always about, you know, ask and you shall receive. When you pray, believe you shall receive. You know, Buddha, what you think you become, you create your world. You are the culmination of your thought. All these ancient beliefs, all these ancient teachings are all saying that we have free will. And in that free will, we have the ability to do anything we want with our lives. But coming into this world from an eternal life, we have greater awareness. Coming into this world is like putting the veil over us. It's like literally saying, okay, now I can't remember my eternal life. I'm coming down into this valley of the shadow of death, the idea that death is even a possibility. I come down into this experience of the shadow of death. And when I come down into this experience of the shadow of death, I lose all vision of eternal life. I lose all vision of my greater self, my higher self. I lose that. And what's happening now is we're transitioning, that where people's veils are getting thinner and they're starting to experience more of their higher self. And they're starting to have better communication and various things of that nature. But when you look at the concept of the life path, it is a choice made before coming. But it is not a contract or something set in stone that will occur or going to occur. What it is it's a potential situation that you get to use free will in. So it comes back to the idea of you are always the creator of your experience. You do create your world. But this experience that you're having here in the physical comes from the space of greater knowledge. When you were in your greater knowledge, when you were in your greater awareness, you chose a specific path to experience. But that experience is not set in stone. It is still your choice, what you do with it. And that is really the greatest lesson you get is, what would I do in that situation? What would I do with that life? How would I respond? How would I empower myself in these situations where I feel so disempowered? Where I come to a place where love is so conditional, how can I find my way back to unconditional love? When I come into this world and I have physical impairment, what do I do to empower myself? I just watched a clip on YouTube of a guy who was born with no legs, and he came out on America's Got Talent and he did a motivational speech. And it was interesting. He came out and he introduced himself, and the motivational speech was a voiceover while he lifted like 300 pounds and did all this very big physical muscular exercise and just showed how capable he was without the lower half of his body. And being in that regard, you know, he came from the foster care system, and nobody wanted him because of his handicap. And he came back and he empowered himself and he showed what he was capable of. That's the thing. We come here to see the challenges we have and to come back from them and to empower ourselves. But when we come in here and we declare that this is all set in stone and this is the way it is, we're giving up the power to destiny and to fate. But there is no fate or destiny except for the one you choose, the one you believe. And if you believe you are suffering through life and that's because it was destined to be so, then that is what's going to happen. You're going to continue to suffer through life with the belief that it's happening the way it's supposed to. And you get to create your experience. I mean, I have remade my life over and over again. Now, the people who believe in fate or destiny will say that that was my fate and my destiny. Well, if that's true, then I would have to say this. Then you should stop believing in fate or destiny. Because in my case, I've been very happy creating my experience. And if it's fated and destined, who cares, right? Doesn't really matter. I'm living a joyful life. But if I'm using fate or destiny as justifications, then that itself will be a problem for you, right? For me, I'm having a great life, and I've done amazing things. I could give you lists of things that have happened in my life that have been miraculous, but it doesn't matter, because it only matters what's happening in your life, what you're doing with your life, and what you're using your free will for, because that free will is your experience. What you believe about this moment is what's happening, and you come into this moment, into this world, starting with a belief, starting with a situation that has belief, and then you come back to that space where you empower yourself. So that's my thought about this whole concept of choosing our life path and have it being fated or destined to play out the way it's going to play out. I don't believe that in any way, shape, or form. And I will tell you, I'm all the happier for it. So that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.